This is the Out of the Minds podcast. Execute episode 66. I'm Sean Oakley.
And I'm Sam Cooper. And today we have the usual. It's a Sam v Sean off. I'm playing Separatists and Sean is playing...
First Order.
So not Republic.
Not Republic.
And you've net listed.
Well, after my successful completion of my Republic tournament and, net myself a top 8 in faction.
Yeah, where you went 1-1 drop.
I still got a top 8 in faction. That was my goal for the day, and I achieved said goal, Sam. Thank you. It's taken me 2 years of bloody GSP events to get a top 8 in Republic.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yep. So it literally took there being no players to get top 8 in Republic. I mean, sure, you get your pin, but the story behind it doesn't sound too good.
What can I say? Republic, ironically being my starter faction, doesn't really suit my playstyle very well.
Yeah.
But
speaking of lists that don't suit playstyles, I'm playing the Separatist list that I, for some reason, cannot get my head around.
Go on, run through your list.
So I've got Zam Wessel in the Firespray, and I know 2-3 weeks ago I was I hate Firesprays, but I still want to fly them. So we've got Elusive, Sauvage Oppress, Proximity Mines, Electronic Baffle, Slave 1, and Skilled Bombardier. So Skilled Bombardier, I'll be honest, I was probably more... I had 2 points left, and I was this is probably more useful than Boba Fett, so that's why that's there. It does have a nice bonus with the Proximity Mines, but I was yeah, sure. Electronic Baffle, I've actually come to a lot more on the bulkier ships in this new meta, where half points don't matter, and if I've got 10 health to spend, I actually don't mind Electronic Baffling maybe once. Yeah. Just because it can really screw with people's thoughts. And to accompany Zam on this glorious ride, we have Sunfac in the Nantex with Predator, Gravitic Deflection, Ensnare, and Targeting Computer, and Chertek in the Nantex with Gravitic Deflection and Ensnare. So double Nantex and a Firespray.
Nice.
And whilst I do love me some Nantex, good God, can I not fly them?
So, as regular listeners will know, over the past 12 months or so, I have expanded from flying only Republic to owning all 7 factions. I have at least one of every single standard legal ship at the moment.
I believe this qualifies you as a whale.
That hurts my feelings, Sam.
It's your confession, not mine.
But after doing the Republic, I wanted to try one of the factions I haven't flown yet. And listeners know I've flown Separatists a little bit. I've flown Republic. I've flown Scum. I've flown Rebels. The 2 that I haven't flown are First Order and Empire. So I thought I'd start with First Order. I've never flown First Order before and don't really know what I'm doing. So I have done the Abominable and net listed. And if there's one First Order list you're going to net list at the moment, it's Crispy's list.
Yeah. So before he goes through his list, by the way, I'd just like to point out to our listeners that Sean is picking First Order to get your pin, right?
Oh no, I don't think I'm going to get my pin because I'm likely if I take this, if I take this to the next GSP event I'm doing, that will be the invitational final, and there'll be more than 8 better FO players than me. Yeah.
But so here's the thing that Sean's doing is he's assuming that First Order is going to get nerfed at some point in the future. So he's practicing First Order now so he can be the anti-meta in that when First Order is not as good, he can play First Order and get his top 8.
I like swag. If I'm going to pay a lot of money for prizes, I want to get, for events, I'm going to get as many prizes as I can.
Yeah, so just watch out, everyone. He's getting better at the faction so that when it's bad and no one plays it, he can play it and snipe a win.
Yeah, I don't get meta lists. I get meta lists from 6 months ago.
Yeah, you are literally playing the I'm behind the meta card. And it'll probably still work.
But anyway,
moving on. We've got a list.
Yeah. So I very much have a meta list. It is Crispy's list. I won't run through all the upgrades. I'm imagining most of you guys that listen know it all, but it is the Whisper, Kylo, Malorus, Scorch, Dread, and Grudge list. I
can't wait for you to get Dread and Grudge the wrong way around.
I did look at automated target priority on Grudge, actually, because I was like, I don't like being restricted in my target choice, and I am about whether to change that for delayed fuses. Just in case I want to drop a prox mine in front of one of my ships, yeet over it, and then hope you go over it. Here's a question for you, Sam. If you drop a prox mine onto one of my ships, or if I drop one, onto one of my ships with a fuse,
the fuse gets triggered immediately.
The fuse gets triggered immediately.
And then when you move, you'll hit it.
Well, that's what I want to know. Do you ignore it because you're already on it at range 0?
No, because it's an obstacle. I'm pretty sure it's just like obstacles, isn't it, that have that?
I don't know. This is why I was asking.
I'm pretty sure you'll just trigger it immediately.
Fair.
But I haven't been in that situation since because I thought the new ruling was specific to obstacles.
I don't know. I thought I'd put that one out there. It's not like I'm planning on doing.
Yeah. And it's not something that happens in this game. Believe me, the prox mines all hit their targets this game. Boy.
Oh, man.
If that doesn't tell you how this game goes, you have not been listening to us do this podcast for very long.
System phase boost and skill bombardier. That is a hell of a combo. But anyway, yeah, that's how you screw the bombers. You just take away the gunner slot. But anyway, we are playing Assault of the Satellite Array. Which kind of already favours me on 5 ships versus 3.
I'm already thinking, oh, good lord.
I mean, you have got the medium base, so that is a bonus.
I have Sam, so that is a bonus, but like, it's one of the things where like it probably isn't going to be enough. But I'm going to preface this game by I actually think I fell into the trap that Stuart from Tin Squadron often falls into when he's playing this sort of list. And when we go through, I'll explain it a little bit more, but that might give Sean a bit of a heads up of what I mean. Or it might not. And we can be surprised together.
It hasn't.
Okay.
So we have basically, what do you want to call it? A skewif dice, skewif 5 dice. The center objective, obviously, 2 very close to my bottom edge, on the right and the left. 1 on the far left, just slightly towards your edge, and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, somewhere near there in your bottom left as you look at it.
Yeah, because my thought process with my one is because I placed my home one. I placed my home one second. I believe.
Yeah. I am first player for turn 0.
Yeah. So when you placed yours, I think you placed yours in the 3 and 3 on my side. I then placed mine as close to you as I could possibly get. Essentially, like, because I tried to basically weight it so that when you came forward, you'd have to leave behind as many objectives as possible.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, I can't, like, he outnumbers me. If he wants to play area control, he's going to do it. If I can force him to just stay at home, then that probably favors me when I fight anyone who leaves. And I had the same philosophy with the rocks, actually, because if you're watching the YouTube, I brought the 3 Pride of Mandalore asteroids, and literally placing obstacles was like, I place an obstacle as far towards Sean as possible and in a corner, and then Sean placed an obstacle on my half of the board. Then I was like, I far towards Sean and in the center. I just played a line along Sean's thing because I was like, I can no longer track people onto rocks. I don't want them to do anything. If you come out in the center, I want as much space as possible.
Which is interesting, actually, because I kind of felt the same. I was happy with where you were, and I was happy to shoot past the 2 on my edge. I felt in this matchup, my win condition is annihilate your ships rather than score the objective points.
Yeah, you're probably right. And this is what comes to, I think I played this too much like Aces from 2.0, or at least was trying to do that. Whereas when we'll get into the game, you'll see what I mean, where I actually think I should just be like, I just need to kill stuff.
Yeah.
I need to kill stuff quickly, and the 2 Nantexes and Zam should absolutely be able to do this, because Sunvac has no excuse in this game. Everyone is a small base.
Yeah. And my thoughts were, if I can get near the Nantex, then I got a good chance of you chaffing them, or, hey, I'll jump near you. You can you can tractor me all you like, and then I'm just going to turn to present my rear and proxmine you the next turn. It's
But let's get going.
So,
I already know my first mistake. It's coming on turn 2.
So we set up, and I'll do this real quick. I set up Grudge and Scorch next to each other to come through left of the asteroid in the bottom center, and Dread to the right of that. I set up Malorus to the left. Because it's after you've set up Chertek, and I'm opposite Chertek. Because she's a 5, I can go... Like, honestly, with her ability, I'm reasonably happy to tangle with the Nantex. Well, at least one of them. You can tractor me, but if I judge it right and get range control so you don't have range 1, then we'll see. And if not, she's got space to turn in. And then I set up Kylo in the bottom right because I know you've got Zam and Sunfact set up after that, but I can either go up the side or I've got plenty of space to turn left and go behind my list.
Yeah, so, and what I did is I put Zam opposite Kylo because my thought was, I don't mind this fight. Zam v Kylo honestly could go either way, but I feel like the health favors me. And then I deploy Sunfact dead center because what's happened with Sean is that he's sort of done what I was hoping for, is that he's split up a little bit to go through the rocks. And so what I should be trying to do is trying to pounce on something before you can reorganize past the rocks. Because turn 2 to 3, I think, in hindsight, I should have been like, I should be gunning for a target. Zam and Sunfact should be picking out someone, because I am racing the clock more than I realized at the time, because at some point you're going to land a Proxmine on a Nantex and the Nantex is going to lose 3 health.
Yes. I think...
So I need to be racing it, essentially.
I think with the way I've set up, I think you probably gun after Malorus.
Yeah. My current thought was I actually was going to go for Dread.
Would have been the other option.
Now that I'm looking, like, hey, now that I've had time to think about what I should have done in this matchup, Sunfac and Zam Wessel should be like tunneling on Dread, essentially.
Yeah.
And Chertek can just dither a little bit and just wait. But let's go, because I don't do that. I hedge and I play the long game.
So there you go. They start the clock. We roll off for first player, which is important in this match because we overlap at 4 and 5. And it does
several times because we get a lot of matches, don't we?
Oh, I think the first 3 turns, at least the first roll in each of those turns is a match. But it is me. So I 1 straight Grudge and take a focus. I 1 straight Dread and take a focus. I 2 straight Scorch and take an evade because I can't 1 straight the FOs.
Yeah, I 2-bank Chertek to the left. I believe I then take a tractor, rotate the arc to the left, and barrel roll to the right, just basically angling myself on the edge of the board, and I've got a nice straight shot towards the middle if I feel like I can get there.
I 3 straight Malorus and focus because I wanted to basically get far enough past the rock that I can turn in if I need to, but I've also would have seen what Chertek does, so it gets me far enough forward that if I do want to do a big jump like a 4 or a 5, I've had that distance to give me that option.
Yeah.
Kylo 1 hard because he's having no part of jousting Zam, and then I think I boost to the left because I can hard turn back in on the next turn.
Zam does a 4 straight, and then I boost to the right in towards the center of the board, and Sunfact does a 3-bank, takes a tractor, barrel rolls to the right, rotates the arc to the left, and focuses. So I was lining myself up, so I just had options because I was like, I'm not actually sure how I want to do this, and I end up next turn. I think the first mistake, probably the biggest one here, is what I do with Sunfact next turn, because I think actually I can take a turn out. And we'll just wait because I called you to just basically move slow again, essentially. Because I didn't think you had any particular reason to rush.
It's interesting because I only benefit of this because I miscall you. So where Dread is, I could, I think, boost to the right and then lob a chaff cladder with the 5 straight, which Zam pretty much, if she goes straight and comes in at me,
I think it might just land on me.
I don't think it does.
Or close.
And I thought you'd call that, and I thought you'd hard turn to the left towards the board edge, because you could then just shoot out the back, hard turn in on there. I thought you'd do a 1 hard to the left and then shoot out the back. And then I'm just sat there going, So I'm like, okay, fine. If he's done that, I'll ignore that and I'll jump forward and just try and get a lucky shot on Sunfac, and maybe next turn I'll be able to boost somewhere and put a chaff in a more opportune place.
Yeah, because I thought you'd just 1 straight again, because that would automatically net you 2 points. So that I couldn't really stop.
So, system phase.
You do boost.
I boost Dread. And that's it. That's my only system phase.
I assign a Zam card of some sort. The Zam card doesn't really matter this game. And we can't see which one I assign, but you'll work it out when I do stuff.
Grosh does the 3 straight and focuses. I don't think your Nantex is really in a position to hugely damage. Yes, you could 5 straight with Chertek, but if you do that, then with what I've dialed in, you're going to get punished with Malorus.
Yeah.
And I don't think Sunfac really wants to yeet in front of all of them there. I think they've had a time to get close. And then I 4 straight Dread. To basically get as much distance up that end as I can. Yeah. If Zam does come in, then it leaves me opportunities to drop a Prox Mine. Here's me checking the actions, because I couldn't remember exactly what the bomber does. I just take a focus.
Yeah, so right now I'm panicking. But Chertek, I do believe, does a 1 bank, because I just wanted to, again, this for me was a turn of just waiting, like just buying a turn of time just to let you come into the center. And I think this is a mistake. I think I need to already be gunning to fight you.
Yeah.
Because whilst I do think I should have done either the 5 straight with Chertek or just banked away like completely. But I do a 1 hard because I'm not sure you're going to yeet at me. I take a track circuit, barrel roll to the left, then a focus, and so I try to put myself at range 1 of an objective. My turn forwards.
I 2 straight Scorch again to basically reline him up with Grudge, and he just takes a focus. So you do go straight with Zam.
Yeah, I do go straight with Zam. I believe it's 2 straight.
Which I could have chaffed.
I'm a little sad at the minute. Yes, you could have chaffed. I'm a little sad at the minute because currently Dread is not in my arc. So, and I also know where Sunfac's going, and I'm very unhappy with where Sunfac's going. So what I should do is I just boost, I believe, because I'm trying to bait Sean for next round. So I just boost, and I have a shot into Scorch and Grudge, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But I'm now directly behind Dread.
So Malorus does I think it's 2 straight, might be another 3 straight, and takes an evade because I'm shooting against Chertek, but I think it's maybe range 2, but likely range 3. Even with the tractor, that's not a Malorus turn. So let's just take the evade, play it safe.
Yeah.
I think I might be range 1 of the objective as well, so we've nullified that one. And then Kylo does a 2 hard, back in, barrel rolls to the right to try and get a shot onto Zam.
Yep. Just
looking for the bullseye, but I don't think I have it, so there's no point jamming because I'm not getting shot, so I don't need the extra green.
Yeah, and then Sunfac 3 sloops. Basically, I was trying to flip my arc and just buy a turn out, sit next to objective, because like I said, I thought that you'd play this slow and so I wouldn't be under fire. However, what I've currently done is just sat myself with the turret pointing at Dread, but just range 2, no mods, happy little Nantex.
Yes.
So I'm not very happy with myself for that one. But I do take a shot into Dread, and they're all hit crit out of hand. So yeah, Sunfac does Sunfac things.
And I spend the focus on my 1 focus result to take a shield. Then it's Zam.
It's Zam, and I shoot at the bomber. I shoot at Grudge here. I get a single hit.
I get an evade.
So not a whole lot happening.
So it's Malorus. It is range 3.
3.
But you're attracted. I get 1 hit. You get evade.
I get 2 evades and a blank. I use Gravitic Deflection for another blank.
So Kylo has no bullseye shot, so he range 2s with the turret into Zam.
Do you not instinctive here?
I don't believe I do.
Okay.
Maybe I should have. I roll hit crit.
And I roll evade focus. I spend the Savage Force for 2 evades.
And acquire a lock.
And acquire a lock. Thank you, Zam. Then I shoot at... I think I shoot at the bomber here, because I just look at Malorus and think, nah.
I think you shoot at the bomber.
I shoot at the bomber. I get crit focus. I don't spend the focus, because I just don't want to risk arbitrarily dying, because I wasn't sure if Scorch had the shot. Which
is funny, because I blank out, so it would have gone through, but it's...
the irony.
It's just the shield. Oh, I had elusive, which I then re-rolled into a... Oh, no, hang on. This is Grudge, isn't it? I've still got 2 shields on Grudge. So I take a shield. Scorch has no shot. Dread has the range 2 back into Sunfac. I take that and roll 1 hit.
I roll 2 evades and a focus.
And then a range 3 from Grudge into Chertek. 1 crit. You're fine.
I roll 2 evades, a blank, and I Gravitic Deflection the blank into a blank.
So we go into... we check for points... I'm not range 1 of that bottom one, so it's 2-2.
Yeah.
Now, I have an interesting choice, because Dread kind of wants to launch a chaff and drop a prox mine.
But you can't do both. And so this is why I boosted, because I was like, I need to at least give you like the chance to not hit Sunfac with the thing. Admittedly, I do underestimate just how far Grudge can launch that thing, so it ends up not mattering. But the point here is like I want to get Zam in a position where you have maybe you just decide not to put a chaff onto a stressed Sunfac.
Yeah,
I just feel like that will go badly for me on all levels. I actually can't remember. I know what I do with Sunfac. Sunfac is doing a 3 bank all day here. And I believe I do a 1 bank with Zam, because I'm trying to line the back end to look at Kylo, and the front end to look at literally anyone. I don't care. Just fire. And I think I do a 3 bank with Chertek here as well.
Yeah,
which I think is actually fine. He just needs to get into the center. Start putting tractors on people. That's the Nantex need to actually. This is why I think like my core mistake is I tried to play a little bit too much like Stuart and just tried to play it too cagely and do too much like range control and jumping around. And I think actually the Nantex just need to be in there. And yes, you would then get prox mines on me, but I feel like Sunfac, Zam, and Chertek have good odds at just killing people.
Yeah, like when you're dishing out the tractors and then getting bonuses for other people being tractored and stuff, they're good knife fighters.
Yeah, like, and I think this is my core mistake with this list in this matchup is I actually just need to get into the knife fight and accept that I'm going to get hit by a prox mine, because I actually don't think there's no realistic way to prevent that. Staying at long range doesn't actually help Nantex.
Just realised that
knife fight.
I forgot to start the clock on the overlay, so anyone who's watching on YouTube, you know the time as well as we do. It's active.
Yep. It is active indeed.
But we roll
I do believe this game doesn't go to time.
No. I'm currently halfway through the recording video, and a lot of that was set up.
Yeah.
But you are first player on this turn as well. So we go to the system phase.
My Zam card comes back at the start of the system phase, and then this is where I underestimated just how far Grudge can yeet that chaff.
Yeah, I boost to the right with Grudge, and then I lob the chaff cloud with the 5 straight, thanks to the skill bombardier. And I looked at that and thought, oh, that's a little short. If you've gone right, you dodge that.
Yeah, but I had a plan for this turn with Sunfac, and it just barely fails, which is a little sad.
And then because I've done that, Grudge drops his prox mine. We do put it down just to make sure that it's range 2 of Grudge for his ability, because obviously he can make you reroll.
Because Grudge drops the Prox Mine and launches the Chaff and has to check that the Prox Mine is in range 2 of Grudge. Remember this, Minty.
All right, whatever. Shut up.
I'm going to keep bringing this up until you get it right, and then until we find something that I keep screwing up, and then we can reverse the favours.
Well, I mean, if we want to look at something you keep screwing up, let's wait till the end of this game, shall we?
I mean, let's be real. Look, my end analysis is that Firesprays just suck.
A large portion of the X-Men community disagree. But anyway,
well, they're wrong.
So we roll the Prox Mine, and it's hit crit. So there you go, 3 damage, 3
I
shields.
asked Sean if he wants to make me reroll the crit, and he declines for some reason.
I do decline, yes. And then we go. So Grudge goes first. And does it too hard. Because I wasn't sure what Zam was going to do. So I thought, if there's a chance you turn up because you think I'm going up that way, it's a nice little block. And if you don't, if you go straight, then next turn I've likely got a boost Prox Mine again. So, and
Nice.
I barrel roll and link it into a target lock because I've got a nice straight to blue maneuver next turn. And again, it's blocking opportunity.
But interestingly, does lock you out of that Prox Mine on top of me next round.
It depends. If you've gone fast enough to jump over.
I mean, true. If I've gone fast enough to jump over, I mean, it locks you out of the boost into.
But I was also mindful of Chertek coming in as well. A 2 straight Prox Mine is a hell of a distance.
That is true.
And also because
so Dread lands on your own Chaff Cloud.
My own Chaff,
unfortunately, but can't be helped.
Which I'm all right with. To be fair, because my plan for the next turn is to go up towards that top objective and just score a couple of points. So there's your 3 bank.
3 banks in, takes a tractor, rotates the arc to the right, and then boosts. Because I'm hoping that Scorch is about to roll into it, basically.
Scorch banks away.
Yeah. I mean, is in the firing arc, just not a range 1.
Yeah, I take a focus here. I wonder actually if I should have barrel rolled, and I'm not sure it fits, but a barrel roll forwards to the left might have fit. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I think it might have actually, yeah.
I don't know if it blocks the 3 bank, but it would stop your tractor options.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can move me onto that rock anymore, so...
Exactly. You don't need to be afraid by being near it.
No, the only place you could put me is effectively back where I am.
Yeah.
And then the likelihood is that moves you out the bullseye, which you probably don't want to do. So...
Yeah. So Zam tries a 1 bank because I'm trying to swing my arc round enough so that I get Sunfac in the front arc. Because Savage Press has a fun ability, which is when an allied ship at range 1 to 2 in your front arc gains a red stress or a strain, you can spend a force to give them a focus token. And so I'm thinking that Sunfac's about to go over that Chaff Cloud, clear his stress, and if he gains another stress, I'll get a focus token, and if he doesn't gain a stress, then everything's fine, essentially.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to hedge and bank. Unfortunately, I've bumped into the front of Grudge, so I'm likely not going to make it.
And I think you take the red focus, yeah.
Yeah, I take the red focus, because I got a straw into Scorch, why not?
Malice does a 3 hard. Because I wanted to turn in, but it also swings me up by the objective. But I barrel roll because I think I can fit a barrel roll in behind. And I do, so I got a nice range 1 shot into Chertek.
Yep.
And Kylo's playing chicken because I didn't want to get caught in your rear arc. So I've 1 hearted away, and I focus into a rotate.
Yeah. Chertek does Sunfac does a 3 bank through the debris, clears a stress, doesn't gain a stress.
Interestingly, I don't think that barrel roll would have blocked you.
No, it wouldn't have. In fact, it would have literally just lined you up for me to shoot you.
Yeah.
I don't know why I checked the arc, because I checked for Savage, but like I can't actually Savage, so I don't know what I was checking for. Like I didn't gain a token.
Now this was interesting. this choice here. So you take a tractor, rotate to the front, and then boost past Scorch. And I'm curious why.
So what I was trying to do here was just avoid shots if possible. And I thought I'd lined up the bullseye on Malorus.
Fair. Because I was expecting the tractor to go on to you to take the tractor, not move, rotate, put the tractor onto Scorch, and then move Scorch into your bullseye.
Yeah, what I was very mindful of was the fact that I couldn't get a green token because of the jam. So I was like, this is the turn I just don't want to get shot. I realized, and I was like, I know I'm going to take a Prox Mine, but the Prox Mine probably won't kill me. Scorch may very well kill me.
Yeah. That's fair.
Like that was my thought, just because I just
thought you might go for the five dice splat him.
Yeah, well, I maybe it's just like bad memories, but like that never seems to go as well as you hope it does.
Ironic, because I have the opposite bad memories of being on the receiving end of that, and it always seems to go much worse for me than I want it. But no, that's fair. That's understandable.
Like at this point, I was just like, don't get shot by as few people as possible. Probably taking a Prox Mine, but that shouldn't kill me. And I thought I'd lined up the bullseye on Malorus.
So at the start of engagement, I'm Malorus.
And I haven't lined up the bullseye.
Ironically, I thought you may have lined up the bullseye as well. So I wanted that I have no mods. I want that focus. And I've got a range 1 shot into Chertek as well. So I felt it was worth the Malorus trigger.
Yeah,
there.
Absolutely.
I don't have the cluster missiles, but I'm still throwing 3 into you. I'm taking a shot from some fact that I thought might be a bullseye. But it's not.
I get single hits.
And I get 2 evades after Malorus.
Yeah. So obviously, the counter argument to my point is that if I had tractored Scorch, Zam has a much nicer shot into Scorch.
Yeah.
As well as Sunfag, and maybe the 2 between them could have done it.
Interestingly, if you tractored Scorch and moved him into your bullseye, I don't think you'd have the range 1 on Zam.
Yeah. Oh, I probably wouldn't. I probably would have looked at that and probably wouldn't have moved you.
And then just taken the range 1
and just taken the range 1 turret, because 4 dice into 2 is still 4 dice into 2 when it comes down to it.
Yeah. So that'd be 8 dice into 4. So that's a reasonable chance of initiative killing him.
Yeah.
But that's fair.
But that's in hindsight. And my thought was just some fact, just don't die. It was literally my only thought process.
So
however,
Zam whiffs a little bit with 1 crit and 3 blanks. And I roll 1 evade and 2 blanks.
So it's all going wrong. My attacks aren't landing.
So I go to Kylo next, who has his turret out the back. So spends a force on instinctive aim to fire concussion out the back into Zam. Here's me checking all my cards. I roll 3 hits out of hand. I am an about malicing.
So I get the order of operation, because I saw that you'd rolled 3 hits, and I thought he's not going to mod that. I roll my dice, and then you say malice, and I'm like, crap. Well, I've rolled 2 evades.
See, now, a good sporting player would have been like, "Oh, I didn't realize you'd rolled. Don't worry about the malice." But no, you kept me to it. But hey,
yeah. But hey, I was losing.
Bit of a dick move, but all right.
So you take any advantage you can get in these friendly games. These friendly, casual games.
So that was another shield off Sam.
Yeah, another shield off Sam.
This is Malorus going into Chertek. A little sad when she rolls 1 hit and 2 blanks.
I roll 2 blanks, but I've got 2 people with tractor tokens in the firing arc, so I get 2 rerolls, and I get a single evade out of that. Then Chertek takes a shot into Grudge, and I get a single hit.
And it goes through.
Heals down on Grudge.
And then... Did we not shoot Grudge that turn?
No. Oh, no, you declined because you didn't want to feed Zam.
I declined. Yeah, you're quite right. I declined. No one else has a shot apart from Grudge, and I declined because I know that you've. No, I. Yeah. I know that you've got the double. It's the double tap, which we found out when Wilo shot, and I don't want you to, even though it's range 0, I don't want you to pump 3 dice into me. So
yeah, because like it's range 0, but I might just randomly spike, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
So we do the points, and it's just 1 to you.
Yeah, because Zam is holding the middle point, and inexplicably everyone is out of range of everything else. Or like. Yeah, but I know that today is pain day, as Sunvac's probably eating a Proxmine. And that's just something I have to accept. And again, like, I've really screwed myself over here. With like, I just need to get my Nantex actually knife fighting. The problem is their turrets are all facing the wrong way for what I want them to do. So, we roll off, and Sam is yet again the first player. And we go to the system phase, and Grudge does drop a Proxmine with the 2 straight out the back. It does not hit Sunfac, but I'm pretty sure there is not a maneuver in the X-Wing game that dodges it. So, all right, fine. That'll do. Yeah.
And then Dread drops a Proxmine with the 2 straight, which does hit Zam. Zam rolls hit. So far, 6 possible damage, 6 damage done.
Yep. I ask if he wants me to re-roll it, and he declines.
Yeah.
So Zam down to 3.
Zam down to 3. Oh, we must have lost that last shield that I hadn't taken off the overlay. But yeah, Zam down to 3. So
no, I'm down to I'm down to 3. I think you've fixed it, I think.
Yeah, I fixed it now. That's what I'm saying. I must have missed that. The last shield it's for the shot from Kylo. Because I remember I said we were talking about it. I was like, I didn't realise I'd done that. Yeah, 1 from Kylo. So yeah, that's a good Proxmine. I'm pretty sure that Sunfac. In fact, I'm damn confident Sunfac's going after over that, or Chertek, or Zam. And quite frankly, at this point, I'm happy for any of them to go over it. Even if you don't get the full ball, put 2 damage through on either of the Nantex. Happy days. Grudge
does 2 straight.
Does 2 straight. Clear the stress. Puts me in range 1 of that bottom objective, and takes a focus. I 1 straight with Dread, which jumps me over the other side of the chaff cloud, puts me in range 1 of the top objective, and I take a focus.
Chertek does a 2 bank towards the bottom, because at this point I'm like, okay, it's Kylo trap time. So I set up Chertek to try and block Kylo if he tried to bank in. So I rotate. I'm resigning myself to probably not shooting. I rotate the arc forward, take a tractor or focus, and I just try and boost myself into where I think Kylo's going to go if he banks.
So I do a 1 hard with Scorch and take an evade. I'm just trying to keep him range 1 of that center objective.
Zam does a 1 bank and focuses. I've got a shot at the back. It'll do.
I do a 2 straight with Malorus to clear the stress. It leaves me nicely range 1 of Zam. Also puts me in a reasonably blockable position for Sunfac. If you've come any way towards the left. I mean, a 1 hard wouldn't, but apart from that, it's pretty reasonable. And I'm pretty sure I take a target lock here. Let's just wait and see. I take a target lock onto Zam. I think that was a 1 hard with Kylo.
Yeah. 1 hard. Kylo, his turret's pointing backwards, and he's got the bullseye, but you boost.
I boost to the right because it lines up the bullseye, and leave it there. And what I should have done there was boosted and linked it into a jam.
Yeah.
And jammed Zab.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, should have done that. But hey.
Yeah. And then I get ultimate sadness as Sunfac tries a 3 bank, bumps into Malorus. Because I was like, I'm going over the Proxmine, but if a 3 bank would have landed, Kylo's suddenly in trouble.
Yeah.
Alas, I bump into Malorus. I roll the Proxmine. I take hit, so half points on Sunfac, if that were a thing.
Fortunately, not range 2 of Grudge to make you reroll that blank.
Nope. And I do take the red focus because I'm just concerned. I think I'm thinking if Malorus is, I might just shoot Kylo, I think is what I'm thinking here, because I thought there's very little point to me shooting range 0 into a Malorus who's turning all their focuses to evades.
So start of
even
engagement.
If it is the bullseye.
Start of engagement, I do Malorus. Again, all right. So I've not done it with the cluster missiles at all this game, but I do have a range 1 target locked shot into Zam with 3 health left. I feel the double mods are worth it.
Absolutely.
So you do go to Kylo.
I get a single crit, and you get
range 3,
evades.
and I roll an evade. Zam.
I go into the Scorch, I believe.
Yeah, I think
again,
so.
There's very little point in shooting Malorus. So I get 3 hits out of hand.
Scorch spends his evade to get 2, so he loses the shield. Woohoo, Fanatical.
Aye. Fanatical online.
Didn't get to use it this game. There's me checking what Fanatical does. So I do Malorus, who range 1s into Zam, rolls crit, focus, blank, spends the lock, re-rolls into a blank, so spends and marksman's, because you're in the bullseye, marksmanship in the bullseye for 2 crits. You 2 evades after a force.
Yep. Then I double tap you back.
Double tap me back.
Because I am Zam, and I roll 3 hits and a crit.
Nice. You spend your focus for that.
I spend my focus to get it.
I roll 2 focuses and a blank, so Malorus, and lose a shield and take the crit. And the crit is a panicked pilot. So, all right, I've taken a crit, but without that Malorus, I would have died there.
Yep, so, absolutely.
And then Kylo does have the bullseye at range 1.
Rolls. Kylo whiffs it.
Blank, blank. Focus. Spends Predator for a crit. And then I spent both Force and Malice for 2 crits and 1 hit. You roll 2 evades.
I roll 2 evades. I take a crit, and it's not a pilot crit. I believe it's like stun pilot or something.
I believe
it's not a stun pilot. It's hull breach.
Is it?
Because if it was a pilot crit, you'd have got 2 force back.
That's true. I haven't put that crit up on Zam either. But yeah, so...
Yeah.
Right, Malorus is kind of out
Zam is on 2 health.
Yeah.
The Malorus is out of it a bit. Sunfac's doing okay. Okay. Chertek is just... he's on a point, but I'm looking at this thinking, okay, Zam's going to die. I need to actually kill some things. So Chertek has 1 target, and it's the bomber on the far side.
Despite what the overlay says, Zam's on 2. And I'm looking at Grudge here going, that 2 straight is prox mine drop is close. If it drops, that probably kills Zam. Because if it's a 2 straight, you're still range 2 of it. Grudge can make you reroll. The likelihood is 3 dice effectively. You get
one. Get 2 damage.
Well, you get 1 result out of that, which is all I need, plus the main one. But if I miss, then I've made life a lot harder for my other ships. Because they kind of all want to turn in. Well, Malorus can't, but, Scorch wants to turn in. Kylo probably wants to do something like that. So, yeah, I do and whether I should or not.
Yeah, but I play safe with something. Like, I'm trying to just line up Kylo or Malorus. I'll take anyone at this point. I just need to start actually doing stuff because so far, like, my Nantex haven't actually done anything.
Oh, and we should note, really. After objectives on that last turn, we're currently 4 apiece.
Yeah, so the game is close, but I know I'm about to be 9 behind.
So we go to the system phase, and I... this is I'm talking about, but I drop it. It's got to be worth a chance, and it does catch Zam.
And it does clip the corner.
It's not like millimeters close, but it's not miles off the edge. So there's a cause for an and ah. You roll blank focus. I think the only time you haven't rolled 2 results so far on it. So you're only taking the 1 at the moment. I grudge the blank, and you roll it into a hit. And
I die before I can drop my own prox mine, which likely would have hit Scorch.
yes, yeah. So yeah, that is Zam, and yeah, we've gone from 4-4 to 13-4.
Yeah.
And realistically, that's probably game.
Like, it's game. We can probably just let this run the course of the video. Like, this is game. I have screwed up by basically letting you do exactly what your list wants to do.
Yeah.
Like, and this is what I meant by when I compared myself to. I needed to just get my aces in and just kill lower initiative ships.
Yeah.
Not worry super hard about the Malorus and Kylo at the minute, but like Chertek and Sunfag and Zam should have been like, just kill the bombers, get them out of the way. Then, I don't know, maybe pick up Scorch if you can, but like I just need to remove ships from the board. I need to be aggressively removing ships from the board. Because with the both gravitic deflections, like I actually have a bunch of defensive mods on the Nantex. Like they can actually take shots not too badly.
So, we've all moved. Chertek and Grudge are having a little face-off down at the bottom. Malorus banked in with a 2-bank to clear one of the stress. Kylo 5-straighted to dodge out the way. Dread just did a sloop to keep himself range 1 on the top obstacle and then look at coming back in. Sunfac turned in.
Yeah, did a 1-bank.
Tracted, rotated, chucked it over to Scorch, moved Scorch in front. So Scorch rotated.
Yep, and you're just not in the bullseye. So I take the 4-dice shot into Scorch out the side. I roll hit, focus, crit, and I'm just like, you know what? If I'm dying, I'm dying.
Oh, I think
the
you
focus.
I think you spend it there anyway.
Yeah.
I get 2 evades. So
you roll 3 dice, and then I remind you that you're tracted.
Yeah. So we re-roll, and I am punished for my transgression, as I am initiative killed. But then Kylo, range 1... Oh, no, we do Malorus first into Chertek for nothing. Kylo out the back into Sunfac at range 1. I roll hit, eyeball. I'm Malorus for a... No, I don't. I spend a... Why didn't I Malorus there?
I don't know why you Malorus, to be honest. I don't know.
I keep saying Malorus. I should have... I mean, at this point, it's reasonably irrelevant, but I should have Malice there for the crit just to regen some force.
And I roll evade blank and take 2 damage, and Sunfac dies, and you're on 19, and you're about to score like 4 points.
3.
But we play it out. I believe Chertek fires his bullseye shot into Grudge. I get 2 hits after a reroll and put a damage onto you.
I do knout back.
Yeah. So I go up to 8 and you go up to 22.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a drubbin. Yeah, like I'm going to maintain that, like, okay, maybe the matchup isn't great for my list, but I also think I just played into it. Like, I played into your advantages.
Like, yeah, I mean, by the same extent, I think I got lucky that... Actually, no, that's a lie. I was going to say I think I got lucky because of... I misjudged what you were doing with Zam, so what I did with Dread put him in a good position for Sunfac, but actually that's not true. Because looking back, it was Grudge... And Grudge would have got that on Sunfac regardless of what Dread had done.
Yeah.
So, okay, I was lucky that I could drop the first prox mine onto Zam. And I was pretty lucky with those prox mine results, you know. With one single reroll, 8 damage out of 9 possible is pretty good.
Yeah, but like... In the end, like if Zam takes 1 or 2 less damage, like I think she still dies when she dies.
But,
like, or it's not very long after, so...
Yeah, like maybe that turn, but maybe you get to shoot first and drop your prox mine and...
But, like... Because I think you played the list pretty... I think you piloted the list pretty well. You did what you needed to do. And I honestly think this game would have been much closer if I hadn't just played into your advantages. Because...
Yeah.
The irony is, me trying to play keep away with Nantex, isn't what Nantex want to do in the first place, but also it just says, okay, you just say, okay, you can play where you like, here's a chaff cloud. you're putting yourself in chaff cloud range, Sam. What are you doing? If you get up close, then the chaff clouds are useless, and all you have to do is worry about prox mines. But that is dealable with.
Yeah. However, next week will be quite interesting because Sam will be on holiday. So we have already recorded next week's. We did it just after this game. And I'm lazy, so I've played the same list. Spoilers. I'm also hypocritical, so I made Sam change his list. So it wasn't the same game 2 weeks in a row. But actually, that game is really interesting and really close.
Came down to the wire.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
That will be a good one. So yeah, that'll be something to look forward to.
The only sadness I have about the next game is I cannot run it in real life because I do not have enough munitions.
Whoa.
Not to give any spoilers about what's going to happen.
It's lucky that you happen to have a friend who has 1 million spare cards, isn't it? Just tell me what you need and I'll go down to my stockpile that literally at this point is probably propping up the lower half of my house. But on that note, we will wrap it up for this week. So we hope you guys have enjoyed it. I believe I've given Minty about enough ammunition for the next 10 weeks of misnaming people.
Yep. We got Grudge, we got Dread.
I swear to God, one of these days I will make it through a game without mixing up somebody. No, that's a lot. I did it last week. I just forgot about all the upgrades, so I got an upgrade card instead. That did make me smile. Minty, it is appreciated. Thank you. It does make me chuckle every time I see him on the Discord. But on that note,
yeah. So in conclusion, sorry guys, Firesprays suck. Like, it died before Sunfac did. And it has it has 6 more health than Sunfac, and it still died first. Firesprays just suck. I don't understand why everyone seems to like them so much.
And on Sam's
clearly the problem is the Firespray and not me.
So on Sam's tunnel vision and self-belief, should we say, we will wrap it up there. So thanks guys for watching or listening. We will be back next week. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Oh hi, it's time to say goodbye. If Disney zoos will claim their